Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another apartment renovation. Today I'm renovating 1310 21 Chic Street in the fashion district of San Myshuno, and I really wanted to decorate a sort of Victorian style apartment. Victorians are some of my favorite builds to create in the game, and so I obviously will decorate in this style when I build those houses. But it's really popular to decorate in this aesthetic inside of apartments as well. So I thought that that's what we would do here today. So I am starting by figuring out where I want to place the living room. I wasn't sure if I was going to have it open to the other side with this little blocked out space or if I was going to close it off. I do end up closing it off in the end, but I think this wallpaper behind the fireplace was gorgeous. The fireplace is from the Paranormal Stuff Pack, and the actual wallpaper I'm using is from Cottage Living. And so I really wanted to go for this brown and green color scheme, which I think looks so nice in the end. And because of that, I decided to go with these countertops from the Vampires game pack, which also come in this beautiful green swatch. One of the things that I played around with a lot and kept having to fiddle with is this TV. I actually placed it up inside of a frame that I rotated with tulle. It's one of the frames from Vampires that has Vlad in it. But I thought it looked so nice as a art piece above the fireplace to kind of hide the TV that way. I also decided to custom place these floor tiles to make them go in different directions, just to add a little bit more interest to the floor. And one of my favorite things I actually did in this apartment is kind of custom make a rug. I wanted to use this rug from Get Famous, but I wanted it to have tassels, so I scaled these other rugs from one of the other packs to fit perfectly underneath to make it look like this rug actually had tassels coming off of it. Let me know what you think of that. I haven't ever done that before and I thought it looked really cool. I also decided to swap out one of the windows here in the living room for this Vampires window. It just felt like it fit the style a little bit better, so I was quite happy with that. And the other windows stay the same with the exception of I got rid of the window in the bathroom. So there's a couple of different changes, but they shouldn't impact if you don't have the tool mod. Everything is still placed in a way that it makes sense if the original windows were there. So no worries there. Anyway, I do swap out the fireplace. I originally had the Paranormal Stuff Pack one, but I thought this one from Parenthood worked a little bit better. And then I'm trying to figure out the curtains here. I actually end up having two sets of curtains, the Space Game one in this green swatch, and I pair it with a couple of curtains from the Vintage Glamour pack as well. I also used this armchair from Base Game that I'm not sure I've ever used, but it just looked so perfect in this corner, so I had to. Here are those other curtains that I got layered underneath. I think they look so pretty in this space, and of course I had to use this Cottage Living couch. It's one of my favorites in the game. It's just so beautiful, and it fit in here nicely. I changed the swatch so many times though, from like brown to green to beige. I just couldn't make up my mind, but we are figuring out our coffee table now. I try a few different ones out, but I believe we go with this Base Game one in the end. It just fits the vibe the best, and I have a little bit of clutter in this space. I tried not to make the space overly cluttered. I just wanted it to feel put together, and I needed to put this ornate mirror over here. It just matches so nicely with the frame of the TV, so I did that as a decorative piece and put a hanging plant over in this corner as well. We have a bunch of plants around. I also have those fire pokers over by the fireplace. I thought that they looked really nice. And I really wanted to add this hutch over here, but I do end up moving it and it ends up being up above where the dining table is. And I put this little corner cabinet next to the fireplace as well. I just love the idea of a space for all of your trinkets. I kind of get the vibe that a lot of these pieces might have been from antique shops or thrift stores, flea markets, that kind of thing. I just love that vibe. And I definitely watch a lot of videos like that on YouTube. I love watching everybody's finds, and I'm so excited because I haven't gone thrifting in a long time, and I'm planning to do like a whole day going to a bunch of thrift stores sometime soon to see what I can find. It's just like such a fun treasure hunt, and I cannot wait. Let me know if that's something you do, or if you have a lot of pieces in your house that you got secondhand. I'd be very curious. It's like one of my favorite ways to acquire new pieces. So anyway, I did have that in mind while I was working on this apartment. But we're moving on into the kitchen space now. I figured out the appliances. They're all more new appliances. I was thinking more of the furniture pieces were the things that were possibly older or secondhand. So I wanted it to come across as like a apartment decorated in this style, not necessarily something that every piece of it is older. Hopefully that comes across. Of course, the window is a little bit of an older style window as well, but I liked how that looked. Anyway, I'm just adding some decor in the kitchen. I have a towel for the sink, some utensils, cutting boards, of course, a really pretty plant. I also wanted to add a coffee pot in here for your Sims. And I just added a trash can over here as well. Though I think I moved it over to the taller cabinet, so it wasn't just right behind the sofa, so it didn't look so out of place. But over here is where I'm trying to figure out which table I want to use, and I end up grabbing that hutch that I placed down before and combining it at the end of the table, which I think looks so cool in the end. And I paired it with these chairs from Vampires in this white swatch. I love mixing wood tones, and I thought it worked because we had the white countertops, so I was quite happy with that. So just playing around here, trying to figure out a light. I switched it out a couple of different times. I'm pretty sure I go with the light that came with Cottage Living in the end. So I should be grabbing that here shortly, but you can see I'm just kind of scaling this and trying to make it look like it sits there perfectly. And then I wanted to get something for the base of it so it looked more built in. And I ended up using a cabinet piece in the end. I believe the one from, this one from Jungle Adventure. So I'm just scaling it again to make it more realistic and like it fits properly. I think it looks really cool. I was really happy that I added that. I thought it was a unique way to add some more personality into this space that fit the style that I was going for, getting some more hanging plants, some more artwork. I love using these more ornate looking frames. They are so pretty, these like vintage frames. I love them so much. I'm actually hoping I can find some stuff like that when I go thrifting. I've always loved those sort of frames, and I don't have like any of them. It's just really difficult though, because I feel like my own personal style in my space is a mixture of so many different styles. So I don't know what to go for ever. I have like modern things. I have mid-century modern. I definitely have more eclectic pieces, and it's definitely difficult to figure out what style to go for. So it's kind of a mismatch, which is something I often do in my builds, but sometimes it's nice to try and stick it to a specific style. And I think this apartment sort of does that, but it still has a bit of that thrifted feel to it. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think that I achieved that. And if you'd like this apartment and you'd like to download it and live in it for yourself, for your Sims, it will be available in the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag MissGryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So this is the one and only bedroom. I really wasn't sure what swatch to go for the bed, but the way this red looks with the green wallpaper looks so nice. And I always struggle with pairing red and green together without making it look Christmassy, but I feel like I achieved it in this bedroom. I think it looks so cozy. And this rug from the Werewolves pack really helped with that. Here I am trying to layer the curtains in a way that makes sense, because the one by the bed I think looks really nice, but the ones in the corner are too close together to use that bigger curtain. So I kind of just switched it where the cream colored curtains are on the outside and then the green is on the inside for that one. So it's a little odd, but I think it worked out really nicely. And then instead of a bedside table over here, I used this dresser from Cottage Living and got a mirror over here instead. And I just really love how this apartment came out. I was even able to fit in a little desk nook in the bedroom, so your Sims have a space to use a computer. And I ended up using a desk from Base Game I'd never use. It paired it with a chair from Discovery University, I'm pretty sure. And that's pretty much it for this bedroom, just getting a couple last decorations. And then we should be heading on into our very simple bathroom, which, like I said, I do delete the window in there. It's already gone. And I do end up having a shower that's in front of it, but it's not one that's mounted to the wall. It ends up being the Base Game one that has the curtain like circular around it. So it's still fine for it to be in that space. So I was quite happy about that. I just thought it looks better without the window in here, but it works totally fine regardless. And so I just got the matching counters to the kitchen, toilet, sink, some more of this beautiful wallpaper to bring in this space. And that's pretty much it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.